You might think intelligence is obvious. Fast answers, good grades, sharp comebacks. The person in the room who always sounds certain. But real intelligence often hides in ways people completely miss. In fact, some of the smartest people walk around feeling average, behind, or even a little broken because their intelligence does not look loud. It looks subtle, internal, easy to misunderstand. So if you've ever felt like everyone else gets life faster than you do, stay with me, because these 10 signs reveal a kind of intelligence that does not always look impressive at first glance. And the last one matters most, because it changes how all the others work. The first sign is this: you talk to yourself. Not because you're weird, because your brain is trying to organize complexity out loud. When you speak your thoughts, you slow them down just enough to examine them. That is not random. That is self-guidance. A lot of intelligent people do this naturally. They use language to sort, test, and sharpen ideas in real time. Second, you replay things in your head. Conversations, decisions, weird moments, tiny mistakes. Sometimes it feels exhausting, but beneath that habit is something important. Your mind does not just react. It reviews. It runs simulations. It checks what happened, what it meant, and what could happen next. That can turn into overthinking, yes, but it also points to a brain that naturally looks beneath the surface. Third, you get bored fast. A lot of people call that laziness. Sometimes it is not. Sometimes your brain just stops responding when the challenge disappears. Once you understand the pattern, the task loses its grip on you. You do not need more drama, you need more depth. That is why highly intelligent people can seem disengaged in ordinary environments and suddenly come alive when something actually stretches them. Quick check: have you ever looked lazy in one setting and intensely focused in another? That contrast matters. Fourth, you doubt yourself more than people expect. This surprises a lot of people. We think smart people should feel certain all the time, but often the opposite happens. The more angles you can see, the harder it is to feel absolute. You notice what could go wrong. You notice what you still do not know. You notice the missing pieces. So while louder people sound sure, you are still thinking. That self-doubt can be painful, but it can also come from deeper awareness. Fifth, you notice details other people miss. A change in tone, a weird pause, a contradiction in someone's story, a small thing in the environment that feels off. Intelligent people are often strong pattern detectors. They do not just hear words, they catch subtext. They do not just see events, they notice structure. And once you see patterns, it gets hard to unsee them. That can be a gift. It can also make life a little intense. Sixth, you ask questions even when other people are ready to move on. This is a huge one. A lot of people want quick closure. Smart people often want accurate understanding. They do not just ask, "What happened?" They ask, "Why did it happen? What caused it? What are we missing? What does this connect to?" The deeper questioning can make you look slow to decide, but it can also mean your mind refuses shallow answers. Midway reminder: subscribe to Brain Catalyst for psychology that helps you decode people. Seventh, you procrastinate in a very specific way. Not all procrastination is the same. Sometimes intelligent people delay because they are mentally wrestling with the best approach. They do not want to just start, they want to start well. They see too many options, too many possible paths, too many ways the result could be stronger. So they stall. From the outside, it looks careless. From the inside, it can be overloaded perfectionism. That does not mean procrastination is good. It means it may be hiding a deeper mental pattern. Eighth, you remember strange things. Not always the practical stuff. Maybe not where your keys are, but random facts, old conversations, obscure movie lines, tiny emotional moments. The exact wording someone used 3 years ago. Intelligent minds often store information in webs. One detail hooks into another. So what looks random is sometimes a brain building a giant invisible map. Ninth, you feel things deeply. A lot of people separate intelligence from emotion, like smart means cold and emotional means irrational. Real life is messier than that. Many intelligent people are deeply affected by beauty, tension, injustice, human behavior, and emotional nuance. They do not just understand life in an abstract way, they feel the weight of it. And yes, that can make the world heavier, but it can also make you more perceptive, more empathetic, and more aware of what others miss. And here is the 10th sign. You never really stop learning, not because someone is forcing you, because your mind keeps reaching. You read things you do not need to read. You ask questions no one told you to ask. You chase understanding even when there is no reward, no grade, no applause. You want to know how people work, how systems work, how your own mind works. That drive matters more than people realize because intelligence is not just what you already know. It is how strongly you keep moving toward what you do not know yet. That is the part people miss. Being intelligent is not always about looking impressive in the moment. Sometimes it looks like self-questioning. Sometimes it looks like sensitivity. Sometimes it looks like boredom, depth, silence, or feeling out of place in shallow spaces. So if you saw yourself in these signs, stop assuming your mind is lacking just because it does not perform intelligence in the loudest way. Some of the sharpest minds do not look flashy. They look curious, layered, hard to read, still learning, and that might be exactly what you are. Comment depth if you've ever felt underestimated, but know your mind goes further than people think.